Guys, it's Sarah with Grassroots Evolution, and I'm here today to bring you a monthly message for the sign of Cancer. Welcome to my channel if you're new. Thanks for stopping by. It's wonderful to see you, and if at the end you'd like to see more, I'd love to have you along this ride. Please hit subscribe, join this journey with me. And for all my subscribers, I love you, love you, love you from the bottom of my heart. Thanks for being here. You guys mean the world to me. So know this is a general message. Know that no matter what messages do come through, it's still up to you and your active free will, the choices you make and the steps you take in this world to get whatever fulfillment it is you'd like to see. To me, that's personal freedom, it's personal power, and it's something that lies at the tips of your fingers, the soles of your feet. That's your power to do, so use it wisely, my friends. As well as if you hear any background noise, my neighbor, like way over there, is doing some yard work, and I can't unfortunately control that. Hopefully it doesn't show itself too much into the recording. It's just in my ear. Okay, so I'm going to get into the messages, but before I do, I want to take a moment just to call in spirit, to ask Archangel Michael, Archangel Jovial, Archangel Metatron, my team of light, and any of your spirit guides who would be here for the highest good of the entire collective. I invite them to join us now. So I'm going to ask them to guide, guard, bless, and protect myself, this reading, and any of you who would ask for it, to use me as the clearest channel possible, as well as giving you guys the most far-reaching of messages that are only for your highest good. No second-rate messages here today, my friends. So while I'm getting into the cards, just know that even though I'm asking Spirit for a message for September, this could be timeless. It may be something that it'll mean it for a year from now for you. It could be we're picking up on the past, something happening now, something that is even past life. So take it how it resonates for you. If it doesn't feel like it's yours, disregard it and go about your day. But know as well that this is for sun, moon, and rising. So if this doesn't really fit you, you may want to check one of your other placements. So also what I'm hearing as well is I always think that the month wherever we're in, usually that reading as well will resonate because it's picking up on energy like that. We're all sort of in that. So we're in Virgo season right now. The card wanted to jump. So this is not for Virgo, however, this is for my beautiful Cancer. So messages for Cancer, please. I went straight to the tarot with you guys as well. Like I completely lost the way I was doing this. So tarot, we have the Queen of Pentacles. This is the Cat Tarot, and I think that it was really important that I pulled this. And it's like, I think right now too, it's get down to business. Let's get right down to business as well, is one of the things that I'm hearing. So this is where I feel like this month, and it's important for you as well to feel this way, but you are very strong, very capable, very empowered, and Spirit wants you to remember that as well, to know that you hold the pentacle. You're the one that can make these changes happen for you. You may be the breadwinner, right? You may make lots of dough, or that may not be materialistic stuff. Although I definitely feel like there's a huge balance here. It's not about sorry, I got distracted. There's money here, but this isn't necessarily about money. What I feel is that you could be wealthy and you could be stable, and I feel like this is also about being grounded. Sorry, I got so distracted there when neighbors walked by, as well as with that noise. I'm sorry, and I've got half a deck. Knight of Swords was on the bottom with the Two of Cups. For some of you, you may be dealing with a water sign, or not a water sign, you are a water sign, a earth sign, a Virgo, Taurus, or a Capricorn. And I feel like there's a discussion that wants to be had, or somebody, could be an air sign as well, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, that is wanting to come in to talk to you, to speak for you. So this dropped on the floor. This is the Eight of Pentacles. And there's a real lesson being learned here. As well as this could just be you, regardless of sign. This is you really strong and stable in your abilities right now. And like I said, that there might be lots of money, there might be lots of dough. You may be raking it in because whatever you're doing, whatever actions you're going after, and this is fast, pouncing energy, right? This thought to action. Whatever you're doing, it's working for you, okay? So before I move on any further, I'm going to get some messages for the dragon, or from the Dragon Oracle. Hopefully this isn't too loud for the background. But let's see what messages for some spiritual advice first. You would have Cancer, no, please. Messages for Cancer, please. And this is by Diana Cooper, for anyone who's interested. Spirit, what messages would we have from the Dragon One? Thank you. And you get the Black Dragon, which says it cocoons you so that your divine potential can grow. Meditate, reflect, undergo a metamorphosis. Whatever metamorphosis you have done, whatever has been you've been working on, whatever's been brewing under the surface, there could be some big ideas here, big thought processes, as well as what I heard. But whatever this is, you're being absolutely divinely protected because your potential, what I heard, is so great, it's infinite. I'm going to pause you here for a minute in hopes that that stops, and I will come back to you in a minute, guys. Okay, guys, I'm back. The noise is not right outside of my house anymore. At least it's kind of up in a way, so it won't be quite as noisy, hopefully. But what I want you guys to look at here is this growth. I feel like you guys have been maybe starting to realize some of your spiritual potential, and then you're realizing as well that you can harvest this and you can cocoon it. But what I'm hearing is this: meditate and reflect. So for some of you, if you're on the brink of a decision, if you're having thoughts and ideas and you want to learn how to put them into action, meditate and reflect on things. You know, I think as well what I heard is it's always good to see our part in things, and this helps us transform and be this metamorphosis. So for example, with this Queen of Pentacles, I feel like you're very, very secure in yourself. And this Knight of Swords, one of the other things I heard with the Knight of Swords is sometimes they're really quick. And I'm a Gemini, so this could be, like I said, an air sign, a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or maybe I forgot to say that. But you could have had some dealings with an air sign, but this could have been you. And what I heard is, because if you see mouth open, claws out, you may have went for what you wanted, you may have went for what you wanted to say, but there's some lessons that needed to be learned from that as well, just depending on how that situation fits here. But I feel like definitely you're being guided and spiritually protected is what I heard. So Spirit, one more card please for the sign of Cancer. Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Swords, the Silver Lunar Dragon, which I feel definitely pertains to you guys too, Cancer, because you guys are ruled by the moon. The moon is your ruling planet. So this bathes you in divine feminine light. Come into balance and practice peace, harmony, and cooperation. Expand your causal chakra. And what's beautiful about this is very, very light and dark, but this is within balance. This is a masculine, this is a feminine, this is being grounded, this is also being connected to the divine. And this meditation, this metamorphosis, is asking you to ground in all those lessons. I think that's wonderful, and I think that you're already well on your way here to doing this with this Queen of Pentacles showing up. So I'm going to get a message before I pull any more tarot from the Past Life Oracle deck and see what Spirit would like us to know, okay? So we have Atlantis right away, my water babies. Cancer, I'm also born on the cusp of Gemini and Cancer, so this really speaks to me too, that some of us, especially because we have water in our blood, we have water in our soul, some of us could be mermaids, dolphins at heart, but I feel like Atlantis would resonate for a lot of us as well. I'm hearing the movie Waterworld with Kevin Costner as well for some of you that might hold a significance. It's pretty apocalyptic or post-apocalyptic, but there may be, I heard, some trauma held as well with some memory, some Atlantean memory. There may be some powers, some information that you possess, but you have not allowed that to actuate in this reality, in this lifetime, because there's trauma attached to this as well. I'm going to read to you a message from Atlantis and see what Spirit wants us to know. Normally I have been not reading out of these ones, but this one seems to need it. So let's see what we have here. It says, your lifetime in ancient Atlantis is affecting your current situation. You have soul memories of this idyllic civilization that offered every imaginable wonder. There's a longing for the utopia that you unconsciously remember, in which you know is possible in this world. Your soul always remembers the tragic end of Atlantis, and you may have developed phobias about the ocean as a result. Although you love the sea, perhaps you prefer not to go swimming or sailing, potentially, or maybe you really, really love it. You also recall how the majority of Atlanteans were peace-loving, with the exception of a few political leaders who misused crystal power to the detriment of all. So you may be extra sensitive to issues regarding or relating to political corruption in this lifetime. For some of you, what I heard is it's getting crystal power, getting used to using crystal power as well. There's what I heard is with focused intention. So I'm going to get my crystal power. I have my selenite wand here. And let's see what else. This could be, too, with this Queen of Pentacles, that some of this Atlantean stuff, I heard Atlantean pride, but some of this Atlantean memories, some of these memories of this utopia, whatever you're doing right now, you're using those gifts. You're using those memories. They heard repressed memories because it's something that it's our soul's memories. It's not Sarah's memories. It's not your memories. It's the essence of my soul. Whatever my soul's energetic name is, my soul, and I feel this resonates for me as well, definitely, I feel like I've been a mermaid. I feel like I love water. Just a side note, but I jumped out of my mom, it might have been my dad's, but I jumped out of my parents' arms into the water when I was a baby because it was like that was home. And honestly, water is so important. So if you do resonate with what I'm saying, there's a lot of, I heard the secrets of water. Olaf tells us that water has memory. Well, it really does. And I also heard it's supercharged. For some of you, you may want to recharge by getting into the water, getting into a large body of water. If you do have a fear of swimming, if you do have a fear of the ocean, what I heard is try and find ways to conquer that. This could be going on a sailboat, making sure you wear life jackets. What is the thing that makes you afraid? And try and work through that. Actually, what I'm hearing as well is with this meditation, with this cocooning of this black dragon, that may be one of the things that you want to focus on is, asking spirit as well as asking this black dragon and this lunar dragon to help you, to help illuminate the connection with Atlantis and I keep hearing your Atlantean superpowers, my friend. For some of you as well, it may be telepathy, you may be clairaudient, you may hear things, but I also think you just know without knowing, okay? And you're very, very connected to your emotions here, and this is where I think it's also important to have this energy with the dragon because you're so intuitive. I think it's also where many people don't always put crab and put Cancer in the same intuitive space, but I feel like what I heard is there's more credit that should be due for the amount that you pick up, but it's maybe that it's done in a different way. Maybe you're feeling things. What I also heard is for some of you, if you are having mood swings or experiences fluctuating emotions, I heard really pay attention to who is around you. Okay, this is in your house, but really we need to set some energetic boundaries. Okay, so people, our neighbors, people down the street, we can pick up these energies, and we may not pick up them even knowing we are, especially if you feel like you're an empath. You may just be feeling things, but this is where we really need to process, is it mine? I know every once in a while, I'll be honest, I get this overwhelming feeling of guilt. I'll get hit with it. Bam, guilt. I've done something wrong. I'm bad. And for a minute, I'll really sink in, and I'm like, wait a minute. What did I do? This is stuff where it's not mine. And I've had to be more conscious as well as when that happens, be like, this is not my energy. I think it's important for you to maintain sovereignty with your energy as well, okay? One of the other signs had that, about maintaining sovereignty and maintaining Pisces, which is another water sign. So maintaining our boundaries, making sure that energetically other people aren't feeding off of us. So this may even be something like you say to Spirit, please help protect me, help shield me, call back your energy too, any energy that's been left that was yours that has traveled off with someone else, because you're pretty alluring, right? Your energy is contagious and people want it. So just call it back to you. I feel like this could also be things like keeping a black rock, or like smoky quartz, something in your pocket. Got a giant chunk of black obsidian, but it could be snowflake obsidian, it could just be obsidian, jet, onyx, something that grounds you. But I also feel like it's more than that. It's like, if you feel like when you go around people you come back drained, spend less time with them. This may mean that you have to set and enforce boundaries, and it's going to have to be for your own health, because if you spend a day or an afternoon with someone and it takes you 2 days to recover, is it worth it? This is where we're not grounded enough, I think, as well, that energy. So they want me to show you the bottom of the deck, which is Deep Blue Dragon, which keeps you safe by clearing your past way. Trust that you're protected. Walk on a path of light. For some of you, what I heard too is, on this way to this path of light, it may not have been easy, okay? It may have been kind of difficult, and you may have had, I heard, quite a few adversaries. This is maybe where, you know what, you're strong, and you don't have a problem saying what's on your mind, and it's got you to this place here. It's got you to be a very, very powerful individual. There could be, what I heard is, maybe some people are intimidated by you. There also, what I heard could be I lost it. People could be intimidated by you and even potentially threatened by you and your power. There is something else I'm picking up on, though, however, with this Atlantean thing. Could be someone around you, it could be a part of you, and this is where it's important just to acknowledge it and release it, where there could be an abusive power, where somebody could be negative. And I heard put downs, okay, things like this. But there could be somebody in your midst who is abusing their power, who is abusing their financial situation, and it's not for a good thing, right? So I think that this is really important. What I heard is just always to check our motives and to catch ourselves if we feel like we're falling out of alignment a little bit. So for example, sometimes when we're a little mean, when we snap at someone, or when we are having a rough time and we're having trouble processing this, and then we take it out on someone, we know we did it. This is where it's really important. What I heard is to apologize and to mean it, right? And this isn't to single anyone out. Right? This is energy. It's just what I'm feeling right now. But I do feel like, for any of you who identified with the difficulty to apologize and things like that, this could again be something from back in Atlantis. But for some of you, I feel like there's this authority figure, you fighting for the under guy and someone else at bat. And what I feel like is you win this thing if you do it the right way, right? So this has come up in another reading. I don't remember what it was, and it doesn't matter, but more about like when we're practicing our magic, when we are putting our intentions forward, and when we're asking the universe and source for things, it matters the energy behind it. It matters the why. So for example, if we perceive someone has hurt us and we wish ill will against them, we are creating negative energy, right? And there is a karmic balance that will have to be reset. So I think it's just being aware of our words, being aware of our energy, and also being aware of our whys in our house, right? Why did we do this and how do we go about it? Because, two people can want something that's exactly the same, but go about it in two different ways. And usually it is, what I heard is that the person that is more worthy. And the thing is, it's like, if something happens where you've went up against someone and you didn't win, right? You feel like you didn't get the role, the prize. It wasn't about that, right? It's about spiritual growth. And maybe it wasn't your opportunity, or maybe the the job offering or the posting or whatever it wasn't as good. The boyfriend, right? It wasn't as good as it looked. It looked a whole lot better on paper than it actually does now. So a lot of different things that you could take it, a lot of different things that you could look at it. But I'm going to move back to the cat tarot now and finish this message off. But let's see, Spirit, what messages can you leave us with today? They're really drawing me back to this black dragon with the words reflect and meditate. And the Queen of Swords has come here. You may have a air sign, the Gemini, Libra, Aquarius around you. For some of you, I feel like that adversary was an air sign or is an air sign. For some of you, this is truly just a part of you, okay? This is that Knight of Swords where you've got some stuff to say, you're going to chase off and say it, right? And it's getting you what you want. And I feel like this is where it's like, because you've thought things through, right? You've had time to meditate and reflect. When we meditate and reflect, we're going to see things pretty clearly. And this cat's comfortable, right? This cat is claws out. I feel like it's important. What I heard is ready to strike or knows when to strike. I do have pants on if you saw my legs. I have shorts, but I was just sitting there. Anyway, so, but like ready to strike. But I feel like what I heard is could come at you combative. And this could be vice versa. This may be a lot of different energies. Okay, but what I definitely feel is where the top we come in as we're self-made, we're willing to speak our mind, and it's got us a lot in this world, and we're bad bitch material or bad man material, whatever you want. I think this is important too, because it's like, because we have calmed our mind, we have meditated and reflected on who we are, but this is where, yeah, do no harm, but take no shit. Yeah, sure, my claws are out. Maybe I seem a little bit of cold. Maybe you seem a little bit callous sometimes. But you know what? There are times where I'm feeling like it's coming to these, like, setting boundaries. To a boundary abuser, you may seem callous because you had to put those and enforce those boundaries. Does that make you callous? No, it means taking care of yourself. It means that if your mental health needs to do something, it does not matter what someone else wants from you. If you know that you can't add another thing to your plate, we're not going to people please. We're going to say, I'm sorry, I can't, right? I think this even is going out of our way in terms of even visiting people. Here is where I'm hearing too, or seeing people. There may be people that really want to see you and they love you, but that doesn't mean that just because you say, listen, I can't see you right now, you don't love them. And not only that, it doesn't make anything wrong with you. So I think a lot of these boundaries are going to be things that maybe some of you need to think about. But I also think where this is like, don't allow somebody else to make you feel bad, okay, when you need to enforce your boundaries. There's a difference between enforcing your boundaries and being callous. And callous is the word that came up. But I think sometimes, you know, people think of the Queen of Swords as that stone cold ice queen. And it's not that there's no emotions there. It's just that I think that at this point, this particular queen, whoever it is, when you're up and having gone through whatever this person or you have gone through, when you are with that much right in your mind, you know what, it's like, well, come at me. My claws don't have to be mean, right? My claws can be just, you know what, I'm above you, or above you, but above your, it's not above you, right? It's not about a hierarchy. It's about not lowering your standards down to that behavior. So if someone's coming at you combatively, you know that they're just being toxic, right? You don't need to lower yourself from the king of, or the Queen of Pentacles, right? You get to be that queen. This Queen of Swords as well, I think they're the same aspect of just saying, you know what, this is how you get to the Queen of Pentacles. How you get to be grounded and stable is, you know in your heart what I heard is true to you. You're not going to go against it, and you're not going to let someone else try to manipulate you. I really think that's what this is. A lot of times, yeah, like I said, Sometimes even with the Knight of Swords, it can be quick words, and so can the Queen of Swords. But I feel like whatever this Queen of Swords has to say, she means it. She's thought it through, and let's find out more, please. Spirit, tell me more about this Queen of Swords energy with the Queen of Pentacles, please. Coming into balance and practicing peace is also, like, I keep picking up this really confrontational energy, and you practicing peace, it doesn't matter what someone else acts like. It's about how we react to what they do, right? So, for example, if somebody decides that they're upset with you, or they have a perceived hurt, right? And they come at you combatively, as well as what I heard is derogatory comments, things that are completely unnecessary, just general meanness, right? That kind of person. When you come across that, there's where it's like, you don't have to respond to the shit they say just because they said it. You can ignore it, and you have absolutely every right to choose no answer if that's what you need to do. If you need to think about it, you can do that too. But if someone's hurling, what I heard is hurling abuse at you, you don't need to take it. Alright, so just for whoever that is, I'm going to ask a parting message, and we will say goodbye. Guys, I really hope that you aren't going through kind of any kind of struggle, but just know that if you are, I feel like it is, what I heard is it's setting this straight. Because it may be an authority figure, right, where you're going to have to stand up for yourself and face fears of dealing with kind of corrupt people. What I heard too is that, like it said in the book, it may be something where you're always fighting for those that can't kind of help themselves, and I feel like this is a place where you need to use all that information you know, and all that know-how, and all that gutsiness, and use it for yourself. And when I say gutsiness, the High Priestess fell out. So I want to read you the High Priestess because this is beautiful energy. The bottom of the deck is the Seven of Swords. So sometimes the Seven of Swords is about lying. Sometimes it's about deceit. Sometimes it's about thievery. I think that you know what I'm talking about if this situation has resonated up until this point. I also think that someone may have tried to lie to you. Somebody may have tried to deceive other people about you. Someone may have tried to even deceive themselves. But you're seeing through this, right? And maybe you always have, and that could be what rubs this person wrong. So let's find out. They're actually telling me to read the Seven of Swords first, and then I will read to you the High Priestess. Okay, so it says, all you need to know is that the card is commonly called the Thief. Upright, it means someone, not necessarily you, is trying to get away with some mischief. Perhaps trying to take what isn't rightfully theirs. Whoever it needs to face the music, the only way to ease the pressure is by dealing with the situation head on. It's wise to hold tight to your assets right now, emotionally and intellectually or otherwise. Be alert to other people's deceptions. So the High Priestess as well, where it's like cutting through the bullshit. Someone may be trying to lie to you. What I hear is too is you may even be dealing with like a habitual liar. Someone who lies all the time. So they may lie so much that they've convinced themselves of the lies too, because you have to lie to yourself to be a really good liar, because you need to make sure your face doesn't look like you're lying. But there may be somebody that if this is another person and you haven't seen it, someone may be pointing this out to you, but I think you may already know this, that what I heard is there's a snake in the grass, there's a snake in the midst, someone's trying to pull a fast one, but they're not pulling it over you. And to be honest, what I heard is let them try. Because you know the thing is, when people spread, I heard lies, viciousness, when people try to ruin you, that kind of stuff, it backfires and it gets them. So live your life, love yourself, my beautiful friends, and don't take for a minute any of the abuse or the shit that they have to say to heart, because it's just how much they, oh gosh, it's really coming out, but it's just how much they hate themselves coming out. So do what you can do, lovelies. Keep your mind strong, keep your heart strong, and always know your worth. But what I heard is that you're not afraid to sit at your own table, because you know what's being served. And also, pardon my French, guys, but you're not, well, I'll use a nicer word, you're not afraid to tell someone to piss off if you need to. And I think that's really what the issue here is. So the High Priestess, I'm going to read to you as the last card, and it's a number 2. And it says, like an unexpected doorbell chime on a boring day, this card is both welcome and mysterious. It depicts a world fertile with possibility and power, as suggested by the symbols of the moon and water. The candles represent darkness, light, secrets, and clarity. The curtain conceals what exactly is germinating. Whatever it is, it's catnip to you. Surprises are much more fun when you know they're good. And I definitely feel like you're aware there's no surprise here who the snake is or what the snake is trying to do, if that makes sense to you. And it just really, I think Spirit's bringing us back to use this time to really process and illuminate the places where changes need to be had, and as well as whose energy needs to be removed from your energy field in your life. So again, like I said, I'm out, but always maintain your worth and know that whenever you work towards bettering yourself and learning life's lessons, it's always going to just more add abundance to your world. There is karmic payback here, and they like to put stuff on their curtains. There's stars here, which to me equals wish fulfillment. So keep on doing you, baby, and if other people don't like who you are, well, let them keep on doing you and shine like that beautiful star that you are. I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.